So it was a very interesting event, and the most important thing is, it has been done by an educational institution. So we, from an industry perspective, we always thrive that there should be a collaboration between academia and industry. So from that perspective, I think it is very encouraging, and the students and the community learned about a new technology. And I think it's not only about blockchain, but we learned about other technologies as well as digital transformation is concerned. I think a lot of interesting discussion happened on how government and how India, is progressing towards digitization and digital transformation. So from that perspective, I think for everybody, there were interesting takeaways, and they were able to appreciate the discussions, what has happened in this session into their day-to-day life.
Definitely, it's one of the major events what we have done so far. We have made so many colleagues from the blockchain and AI industry, and probably the key takeaway would be sharing knowledge to our in-house team and build up more equivalent products.
Yeah, it was very good from here. The main thing is that artificial intelligence, of course, as well as machine learning and DLT, which is being a new way of taking things forward.
The event was quite fruitful and quite engaging. I had the chance to speak to some of the thought leaders in the industry, and they shared the work which they have been doing in their individual domains, from Wipro, from IBM. So it was a great learning experience, and I hope the audience, the students, they have a lot to take away from the event.
I always like coming to universities and colleges. The reason is that the future is all the kids and students learning from here would go on to a corporate job, and rightly molding and inspiring them is a key contribution I want to do in this community, at least in the blockchain community. This event is one of those where you're inspiring the young leaders and the young contributors of this tech. And it's going to take some time to mature, and we need to ensure that we have the right people and the skill sets. And the way we do it is writing the right seeds and inspirations now, and this event helps us do that. And that is why I feel such events need to be much more and make it more available. And this video can be another inspiration for people to go through and get inspired by blockchain.
I think every time I go to an event, I like to learn a few new things. And the whole session that we just did about how blockchain is going to integrate with IoT and AI, and how it's going to help us bring insight from all the data that gets captured into blockchain that can be interpreted by AI, and how we can use that data, that was something new that I learned today.
I loved this. Definitely, I think I enjoyed the session by Deepak Lalan, which was more around the Trinity, how blockchain, IoT, and AI are going to kind of combine, and then it's very interesting use cases were shared, and it was a phenomenal amount of learning to hear from several eminent folks, right? So in this blockchain and AI space, really interesting things.
I think this is going to be one of the largest blockchain event in Bangalore as of now, and the most important part of this event is the panelists and the speakers from industries. They are focusing on use cases, so we don't want to just talk about what is blockchain or the concept which is already available everywhere, but we want to talk about the use cases, how blockchain can be implemented and improve industry-wide, be it supply chain, be it social sector, be it healthcare, and be it insurance or banking and financial services first.
So this was a great event where they actually had a combination of speakers. One, for example, there were 2-3 social speakers, and first time I realized that in blockchain how the social world is really getting benefited. And there were a few speakers who are really focusing on how the consumers and actually the last mile, last person, how it's getting benefited. So I feel it was not just an industry based or most focused on specific money, it was not just on the commercial side of it. They were touching up very well in the social side, and I feel such conferences help us to get a holistic view of the whole thing that is happening in a technology.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.